means welcome back to the show. If you're new here, hello, hi, and welcome. My name is Sassy. It's a day girl. We are getting into episode 2 of Euphoria. Very excited to get into this. I did enjoy the first episode. I really don't know where the show is going, like what the end goal is for this show. Obviously I've only watched one episode, so I can't really say anything. I just am interested to see what else goes on. So yeah, let's hop into it. I don't really have too much to say. I just want to get straight into it. So let's get into it. Why is this episode called Stun Like My Daddy? What? Is that about Nate? Oh no, I hope not. Cause that means they're the same. I mean,
I'm very happy for you, Rue.
We do not need to see that recap, but we literally just watched it.
Sometimes when I get
Oh
really
Lord,
high,
we yeeted on the
I kinda
bus.
think I'm psychic. When Nate Jacobs was 11 years old, he found his dad's porn collection.
Oh,
His dad, Cal, was obsessive. His mom always said that's who he got it from. And he quickly realized that the colored cases and placement were no accident. It was an elaborate code, one to ensure that no one fucked with his shit.
What?
Within a year, his body fat dropped from 23% to 6%.
Like, you don't need none of that at 12 years old. I mean, it's good to, do things. You don't need to do all that. You're 12. Like, oh,
He joined the football team as
football.
a freshman and quickly excelled.
That makes sense. I mean, it's either football or basketball, but that kind of hype.
But he hated being in the locker room. He hated how casual his teammates were about being naked.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, I can't imagine what that does to your brain. Like, now I'm not surprised why he would be homophobic or transphobic or whatever, because I'm not even sure what you would do for that. And also, it's like his dad is hiding the fact that he is into boys and trans boys. So in your mind as a kid, he's hiding it in these discs. He's gonna be like, oh, okay, so this isn't something that can be done out loud. This is something that my dad had to hide, so then it must be hidden. It must not be normal, right? So yeah, that wow. Ooh, that is interesting. Yeah, but I mean, even as a girl, I've never been comfortable in the locker room. There are some girls who be just taking their stuff off and putting it on like it's nothing. Be having conversations, la di da di da. I be just like, please, like, please, like I would just be hiding myself in the corner, like don't even. But I mean, I feel like nobody should be comfortable. I mean, nobody should be uncomfortable in spaces like this, but teenagers. This is kind of crazy though.
Dicks hanging out.
Yeah,
He made a
no.
concerted effort to always maintain eye contact during these exchanges.
Yeah, no. I will say that's a little odd. Like, please put your willy away. Like, you could at least put some underwear on, dog. Why do we need zoom ins on uncomfortable? Oh.
Nothing on planet Earth he hated more than body hair.
I will say, I also don't like body hair, but I hate it on myself. I personally, I don't know why I've always hated body hair. I'm a hairy girl. I'm a hairy girl in all the places. Y'all can't see. Y'all probably can't see, but I do shave my arms and my legs, okay? But I'm a hairy girl. So I agree, but I growing up I had to like I never hated it on other people. I just hate it on myself. I just don't like that feeling. But I generally have a lot of hair. Obviously, it's all cut off now. But y'all see older videos. Like I had a whole thing going on here before I cut it all off. So I do not like body hair. But I also am just like it's a natural thing. So I mean, I get it. Preferences, that's fine. But like, there's got to be hair somewhere. You know, you feel me? Like I don't know.
That's one of the first things he noticed about Maddie. She was basically hairless.
Well, that's because she fucking shaves. Like what? Okay, damn. Okay, I was gonna say that shit's long. But it can be covered, right?
My heart was.
Oh! Oh! Oh, hell no. What do you even do with that? I really. Oh. Damn. That's just scary. Like, what do you do? Like, oh, okay. She threw the fuck out that painting at her though, didn't she? Jesus. Oh my god. Wait, is this you? I'm gonna be right back. Wait, what? Oh my god, she actually did? Girl, no, you didn't actually lose your virginity. Oh.
She never admitted it. And no one could ever prove it. But we all know it was her.
Why? I thought she was lying. Girl, this is why we don't. That's really bad. Oh, please don't be throwing up, sis.
I don't know, I guess for Kat, it probably felt like we all knew.
Yeah, nobody really cares though.
That's the weird thing about the internet.
They move on very
People
quickly.
feel like the whole world.
But like, oh, it better not have been him. It better not have been him. I thought it was a little white boy. Please.
No cell phones during dinner?
I don't think I have an attention span for real life anymore.
Shut up, you smartass.
At least somebody has a good relationship with their dad. Cause my lord. I guess technically Rue had a good relationship with her dad. Bro, you gonna drown yourself. Why? I'm still so confused by this child. This nigga did not just take a shower in his house. Did he put his underwear on? He's weird. That poor kid. He did not deserve all that. Now, I would say, don't stop messing around with people that you don't know. Don't. Like, it. He absolutely could have checked her age, especially if everybody knew that there was high school students there. And it don't matter if she told you that she wanted you to do it or not. You could have decided not to. Like, I'm sorry, you would not be able to convince me at any point to let me do you in front of everybody in the pool. Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, that was clearly a setup. And this too. Why are you a high school student messing around with a college student? I didn't realize he was in college.
Yo, what's up? It's Fez.
That's just not gonna work
Hey,
out.
look, I'm gonna need a little help with Rue. Yeah, ASAP.
And she shouldn't have been there. And he's fucking insane. And I feel like, what do I feel like Maddie's gonna be like, oh, you're my savior, blah, 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 blah. She's so small compared to him. No? Oh. Girl, you... Sis, you are 17 years old. That is... You do not need to be bowling like that. Bro, that is how toddlers... You're not for real. And he knows that that's her.
I heard there's a...
He knows that that's Jules. What are the fucking odds? What are the fucking odds of your father meeting somebody on a dating app that you're also on and you meet the same person? That is disgusting. Obviously, maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know, but he did lie about. I mean, you could lie about anything. She obviously, both of them lied about who they were on the internet, so obviously they would like lie about a name. But also, he's sick for coming up with the name Tyler. Wow. Okay, Nate is such a weirdo. Like every episode so far, last episode and this episode ended with some weird thing about Nate. Ooh, that whole scene of him like hurting the other kid, the Tyler kid, because he clearly didn't think that Maddie actually was actually like raped by that kid, obviously. Because he literally said it. I think he just did it because he felt jealous, and I think it's because he can't hurt Maddie. So he went to go and hurt that guy. But like I already said, I think that guy was in the wrong as well. I feel like he set himself up. Like, you should not be having sex with anybody at a freaking party that you just met. You know, whether he's 22 or he's also 18 years old. Like, that's bad all around. But really bad because he ended up being 22. But that also makes me a little bit confused about McKay. I want to say that McKay, I mean, he kept saying he was a freshman, so I'm sure he's probably 18. But still, I don't recommend college high school relationship. That's not good. That's not good at all. Even if it's a senior, no. Like, that's just no. That's just weird to me. Like, y'all are in, even though it's a very small gap, y'all are in two separate stages of your life. Like, that's just not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. So I feel bad for Cassie. Cassie's such an interesting character. I feel like she's being pressured kind of by her mom. Like, her, you know, wanting to have sex. Well, first of all, when her and McKay first were like in that hallway, it seemed like McKay obviously was being pressured by Nate and the other friends to have sex, which is the whole, you know, that whole scene where he like choked her and she was like, what the fuck, right? Like, I feel like she's being pressured by her mom, or just not pressured by her mom, but maybe just like, it's like a mix of her mom and then like Maddie, and then like with like the thing with Kat, and how like everybody around them is so sex this, sex that. can't be a virgin, blah blah blah, da da da. You know what I mean? So I feel like she maybe feels like that's what she has to do. But I also on that scene where McKay was sitting there talking about his stats and she just didn't care, so she, canoodling. That makes sense to me of why she would do that instead. Like, he was just kind of rambling on. He was talking about I wanted to have a conversation, but he truly wasn't actually having a conversation. He was just kind of like ranting to her, which is fine. But I feel like in that kind of way, I feel like she just didn't know what to do and maybe assumed that, she could get him to shut up about ranting. And maybe she thought that it would be a mutual thing, that if she decided to be sexual with him. So I get it. But then also when she was just in the bed and he was asking for nudes, I don't think he truly actually wanted nudes from her. I think he just felt like because he failed to meet her where she was at earlier, he felt like, okay, let me, try something sexual on the phone or something like that, and like ask her for nudes, and maybe that'll get her to be more in tune with me, or like make up for me not really being into it earlier. And it just made me a little sad because it I don't think she truly like wants that. I don't think anybody wants that, right? Nobody wants to be used for sex or want that. But it sucks that she's in that kind of mindset that she kind of can't really be not she can't be used for it, but she can't be, like, we don't know anything about Cassie. Like, that's the thing. And I'm saying this as somebody, as the context of the show. Like, obviously I know other things that happen eventually, but I'm just basing this based off of what I've seen so far. We haven't really heard Cassie say anything too much about anything that she's interested in and stuff. Like, even that in the first episode when Rue came over to go see Lexi, she kind of just said, "Hey, Rue," and then that was like it, right? Like, it doesn't really seem like she kind of talks to anybody or has anything for her own self, right? So yeah, Cassie's a very interesting character, and I can't wait to see the development of the future and how she eventually gets interlocked with Nate somehow. Nate seems like a hoe. He seems like a hoe because you're messing around with Maddie, Jules, and eventually Cassie. Yikes, brother. Anyway, another character that I think is interesting is this girl right here, right there, Kat. Okay, so I was a little confused. In the last episode, I thought she was lying about losing her virginity. Apparently, she wasn't. What makes me a little sad because those were like those. I don't even understand what happened. She definitely had sex with the white boy. That's who it is. I'm pretty sure because she said something about Wes. And then I this is weird to say, but like, were the twins in the room? Or like, they obviously know, right, that happened. Which is really weird. I think it's interesting that they chose not to show it, which is like, I don't want to see it. But I think it's interesting because the show is so, they always want to show the sex and stuff like that. So it's interesting that they didn't show Kat, or like didn't have any real, like, they didn't really show us like proof that that's what she actually did, other than, I guess, this now this video. Maybe they were keeping that, a secret to show the video, but I just think it's interesting. And like, we didn't hear anything after that, right? Like, what she thought or anything. Like, it was just kind of like, yeah, like, I lost my virginity, haha, he he, and I genuinely thought she was lying. So I think that that's interesting, and this thing that she's about to do is really bad because she's a high school student. And that's not good. But if she wasn't a high school student, I'd say, I'd say, you go, girl. You know, if you could turn this situation into some money, baby, I ain't knocking it. But you are in high school. This is not okay. You need to stop. But she obviously is not. Interesting though. Which is very interesting. I don't think there's anything else to say about any other characters. Kind of talked about Jules already, and what I see, Jules and Rue. That scene of Rue taking the fentanyl was really That was really sad. That and the earlier scene where they were playing that song and she was trying to come up with something to answer the teacher's question. That was really sad. That was really sad. That almost got me. That one almost got me. But yeah, okay, the show is still really I'm getting why the girls like it. I'm getting why the girls like it. But I am saying, like, and obviously don't spoil this for me. Don't spoil this for me. But I like I said earlier, I'm really afraid because Rue takes so many drugs in each episode, and this whole show is 3 seasons long now. So I'm like, is she ever going to get her drug problem fixed? Like, I'm afraid that the show will end with Rue dying. And again, Rue is the only person who is taking drugs, and it's really this bad, which is super interesting. I mean, obviously that's pretty realistic. Like, not every high schooler does drugs, but like it's just like, especially at her caliber. But I don't know. I feel like she's alone, like, but I feel like she's alone. I feel like each character is alone in each, like, not alone, but unique in their own situations. So yeah, but interesting enough. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, guys, give me a like, comment down below how you're feeling. Let me know what other stuff you'd like me to check out, and subscribe to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. You talking about your life, we are your touchdown. Give me the signs of a sign now.